they play extremely hard. They don't take possessions off. I know that's a staple of what how Natalie wants them to play, and that's what jumps off the screen. And when they're making shots, they're tough to beat. But I think the one thing that Valkyrie fans and coaches and the organization can be proud of is no matter what that score looks like, they give an amount of effort each time. And so that's what we got to match and we got to play up to. We know that their effort keeps them in games and helps them win games, and so we can't have any less of that tomorrow night.
Do you ever have like a sense of familiarity watching their games? Just like, oh, of course Natalie would run this, or of course she's like, does it look familiar to you?
Yes, I think that she preaches defense, she preaches hard work and effort, and so that's what you can see within the Valkyrie system and how they play. And they found personnel to match that. And so she's doing an amazing job with them, and the support that the organization has had backing them thus far has been amazing. So it's great for the league. But yes, to answer your question, I think that there's a lot of things that both of us took from Vegas, but at the same time had to adapt on our own based upon what our roster's makeup is. And so, but she's doing a great job.
Coach, Kate Martin, she had a really edgy performance, I thought, against Liberty the other night. What have you seen from her from the standpoint of her growth, just because you were around her last year?
Yeah, I think you can't replace experience, and so whether that was last year with the Aces or the amount of experience that she got in Unrivaled this past offseason, and obviously now going into a different role with the Valkyries, you can just see she's getting more and more comfortable playing against elite competition and not being afraid of the moment, and so that's been standing out as well.
With this being the second road trip out west, you guys got any fun team bonding activities or anything you guys got planned?
Well, the staff and I went to a baseball game last night. Coming off of the back-to-back and the 3 and the 4 days, the last few days, sometimes you just need a time to get away, and so you want to respect the privacy and the space of the players as well. And so we have moments every now and then throughout the season where we get together and do team bonding stuff, and so we have a good balance.
When you look at the season, obviously there's been the ups and downs that we talked about, but we're also seeing the really good positive signs. For you and your staff, what are some things you guys have been encouraged about if you're kind of building consistency right now?
Yeah, I think it's, again, just the level of intensity that each possession requires. I think that that's been a huge point of emphasis for us, to not take possessions off, to not take possessions for granted on either side of the ball. And if we do that, and if we take care of the basketball and limit our turnovers, we'll have a chance to be in some of these games and to win some of these games. And so I think that we've seen that effort the last two, and it's been fun to watch. And I think that you can see a noticeable difference from the last two games as opposed to a couple before. And so we just want to have that momentum carried over into tomorrow night and into the rest of the season.
And then just for you, in the face of just kind of leading this team through adversity, what have you just kind of learned through this kind of time?
That consistency is important on both sides of the spectrum. So for me, it's I don't ever want our team to guess what kind of coach that they're getting. And so to be able to be a representation of how to manage the highs and lows of the season, I want that to be reflected in our team as well. And understanding that my faith and my trust in them hasn't wavered, and hope the same from them as well. And so we just continue pushing and staying together. And that's part of the culture that I want to build here and create here in Chicago, and have that moving forward. And I think that we've seen resemblance of that thus far throughout this season.
Right.